Hello Range Quitters, this is Greg's, and Tripwire have given us another gift in the form of a 15-year anniversary video on Killing Floor, the series. My god, has it been 15 years? I was 35 years old, now I'm an old fart 50 years old. So anyway, let's get right on with the observations, reactions and breakdowns.
The Killing Floor franchise for us has always been about that power fantasy. The feeling that it's almost out of your control, and sometimes is completely out of your control and turns into complete mayhem.
Certainly has, certainly does, certainly will.
I've been making Killing Floor since the beginning.
We didn't really have like official titles.
I did a lot of initial game mode prototyping and just anything to get the game up and running.
The original Killing Floor we did with, I think we were 12 or 15 people.
Interesting, and I'll give you a little bit of a story on this. Myself and my friend of 20 odd years, Sock Tiger, were actually given access to test and to report bugs on Killing Floor because we were friends with Alex Quick at the time, who was creating the mod for Unreal Tournament 2004. The mod was just so hardcore, and I could see why certain changes were made to appeal to a wider audience, but Killing Floor is just, oh my god, I think I've got about 1,600 hours on the first game by itself. But yeah, I was very proud to say I submitted over 80 bugs and play tested the shit out of it. And yeah, really, really good times. I must say it was an eye-opener to see the development process, not firsthand, but just to see how the builds sort of improved through each update. It was just amazing. And hearing Alan's wife as the trader was hilarious. I'm hoping they might release some sort of blooper video at some point, but it was, from what we got and from Alan's wife, it was just amazing, just so funny. But anyway, there you go. I'm actually, if you've got the hard copy of the game, I'm not sure if the manual comes with the Steam version, but if you've got the hard copy of the game, look in the manual at the back and you'll see my name, Mark Gregory, and also Andrew Perrin. He's, again, Sock Tiger, my friend. So thank you, Tripwire. It was an amazing privilege testing this game and reporting bugs and just seeing it grow. It was fantastic. Moving on.
Killing Floor 1 was a very grindhouse, dark, gritty survival horror.
Back in the day.
It was indeed, and hopefully that'll return to Killing Floor 3. It looks like it's going to, with just a bit of a sci-fi theme, but hopefully they'll not return to the roots necessarily, but bring a bit more horror and a bit more grunge and grindhouse to it. It's sorely missing. It was too, I think Killing Floor 2 was too, I don't know, I won't say futuristic, but because Killing Floor 3 is deeply futuristic, but you know what I mean. You'll see. I'm talking aesthetically, but you'll see what I mean.
Having access to enough people and enough talent to make what you want wasn't there.
We had like 3 months, maybe 4 months.
There wasn't a lot of polished UI and matchmaking and stuff like that.
Yeah, the UI was pretty, I won't say bad, but it was pretty basic. Little tip, if you want to improve the UI in the Killing Floor 1, just set it to minimal. It looks a lot better without those blocks. But yeah, considering how much time they had and what a small team it was, I don't think they did too bad.
It was, Leland, you have a week to take each one of these maps and change as much as you possibly can.
Baltics Lab, West London, Manor, Office, and I think Wire. Again, that was a very hard map. I played that on Killing Floor 2 actually the other night, and it's still hard as hell. The community's been porting the older classics to Killing Floor 2, and they are really hard maps. Very cool.
Right, it was, David, you have a day to make each enemy. Bill, you have a day to animate each enemy. So it was do or die to get that first game done.
They did really well considering. The game turned out really good. A bit janky compared to Killing Floor 2, but still, I mean, it's 15 years old, what do you expect?
A couple of weeks before we were due to release, Bill and Dave, with their art hats on, got the 4 of us in a room and went, "It's got to look better than this." And I was, guys, we've maxed out the credit cards. The bank account has 1 payroll left in it, and that goes out on Friday.
Jeez.
There's nowhere else to go. And we released the game, and people loved it.
Yep, that sits pride of place in my pile of PC physical games, which seems to be a bit of a dying breed these days. It's all digital now, isn't it? On PC anyway.
We went, holy It worked.
It was a really fun time. It was a very intense deadline. We were much younger. You know, we were all in our 20s at that time, so we had a lot more energy
Sort of, Bill.
to do that.
With Killing Floor 2, we got to step it up a bit. I think we were at
A bit. Jesus, that's an understatement.
about 45, 50 people at that point.
David Hensley was the
See if we can see anything juicy on here. See the Killing Floor 1 shotgun by the look of it. It looks very reminiscent of that. Killing Floor 2 World Team. Bullets, Blades and Blood at the bottom left. Horzine, whatever. Yeah. What's that? Oh yeah, screenshots from the initial Killing Floor 2 teasers. Saving the world. Yeah, pretty cool. Who's that? The character at the right hand side. Bulldog. Oh yeah. Interesting. Yeah, there's a trader pod down the middle. Clots and cysts. Very cool.
creative director on the project. I was heavily involved in the animation and all.
Now this is an interesting little take. So the Zeds, obviously in Killing Floor Incursion you could sever off limbs and they'd still keep coming at you and blood would just drip from the limbs, sever limbs, but you could actually pick the limbs up and whack them with it as well, and you could pick up heads and stick your fingers in the holes and stuff. But yeah, interesting. Surprised this didn't make to Killing Floor 2. Perhaps it was something they updated for Killing Floor Incursion. Be cool to see this in Killing Floor 2 actually. It's like a quality of life update, but I don't think they're in a position to do that. I think they're fully invested in KF3. But yeah, this was definitely an Incursion, not in Killing Floor 2. Very cool though.
The little details that we didn't feel other first-person shooters at that time had.
Killing Floor 2 went more of a polished science horror vibe.
That's the term I was looking for earlier. Science horror, definitely. I think you're going to see a lot more of this theme in Killing Floor 3, but I think it'll be a mixture of science horror and maybe survival horror and grindhouse and grunge, a bit darker. Hopefully, anyway.
Much more weapons and classes. You actually have modern server infrastructure with matchmaking.
We had perks, and each one of those perks would have different bonuses for different types of weapons, certain different ways to play.
The enemies move faster, the difficulty is more intense.
Yeah, I do love what they did with the difficulty settings on Killing Floor 2. Killing Floor 1, it was just a numbers game. But with Killing Floor 2, they actually physically changed the animations. And they took a lot more hits to kill. And they had more skills, basically. It was pretty damn cool.
It's its own thing.
That was our first real tilt at the consoles as well.
Bit of flex, blood and gore there. Nice to see it.
I've been a fan of Killing Floor for quite.
This guy looks like an older Zac Efron or Zac Efron's dad. I'm sure he'll take that as a compliment. It's the eyes, I think. Interesting.
Some time. I was working on another game. One of the other character artists says, "There's a game I want to try with you guys." And I was like, all right, like I'm down. I like monsters.
It's a good sign. This guy's got monsters' heads and all sorts of creepy stuff on his desk. That means he's a monster freak. I like it. It's a good person to have on your team.
So during crunch, that artist would be like, "You're from Georgia, right?"
Cool.
Wouldn't it be crazy if you worked on that one day? So that was my introduction. One of my thoughts when I was given the opportunity to lead the team is that Killing Floor was a bit of a cult hit. I know
I love the concept art. It reminds me of, I mean, it's because the snow and the way it's got like an oil painting vibe to it. It reminds me of Callisto Protocol. Pretty cool. A lot of zombies there. Sorry, Zeds. A lot of Zeds there. I wonder if they're going to ramp it up with the Z numbers.
wanted it to return to.
Okay, now that's really cool. Look at all the death at the bottom. It's definitely in theme. The black and reds, the futuristic themes with a blue tinge in the background. Very cool.
This level of.
Reminds me of Biotics Labs, which it might well be. Spin on Biotics Labs. Killing Floor 2 Biotics Labs, I must say, not Killing Floor 1's.
Horror?
Look at that. That looks like an in-engine render. You can tell by the polygons on the shoulders and stuff. Very cool.
Have some cult elements.
Oh, missed that. Bit of text there.
Level of horror? Have some cult.
Pulsating energy, little pieces rotate, energy flowing through tubes. Guess that means the sort of animations it's going to play. Very cool. They pretty much stuck to the concept, didn't they? Because that's what the flesh pound looks like now in K3. Very cool.
alt elements.
That looks amazing. Is that an engine render or is it a model? An actual real life model? I think it's an engine render, isn't it? Yeah.
But become a little more.
And that's the, I think that's going to be the next reveal as well. The slasher. I think it's the slasher. These guys, these cysts looks like they mutate by the look of them. All bulgy muscles and look really angry.
More mainstream, so we'd be in.
A more beautiful concept art. Whoever's doing the concept art is doing a bang up job. It looks amazing. Love it. So this is where they're cloned or created or butchered or basically modified. Very sweet.
The office, and we'd be working on dry erase boards, and it was just basically.
Heart sort of growing outside body gives second weak spot besides the head, making them more vulnerable. Leaks, gross, grey oily fluid. Yeah, that's the cyst. That's disgusting. Concept at the top right. Oof.
Basically Dave Hensley and
There he is, look, the old flesh bound. Very, very sweet.
I kind of talking about what the.
Interesting here. So you can see the growths. I'm not sure if they're growths or because in Killing Floor 2 they actually had a theme of the purpley, veiny growths throughout the maps. I wonder if that's a continuation of that. But unless it's just corpses or just, I don't know what it is, but it looks very, very disgustingly good.
Game could be.
More beautiful concept art. Looks like a holdout, last stand sort of thing. Reminds me of, there's a level in Killing Floor 2, a map in Killing Floor 2. I think it was like I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, very similar with all the barriers and stuff and all the sort of dead bodies as well. Them looks like they're proper going all out. Again, it's only concept art. It might be completely different in the full game. There's Mr. Fleshbound, or is it? I think it is. Oh dear.
And then COVID hit, and I was like, we're gonna work remote.
Flash office, I like it.
So all of a sudden there wasn't just like Atlanta, Roswell as this hub for it, and we could open the floodgates to people that wanted to be a part of the team.
Ha! Man-Eater, classic game. I need to complete it actually, 'cause it's one of the funnier games I've played from Tripwire.
I was on the team leading the design for Man-Eater DLC, and that took about a year, and then I came onto the prototype for Killing Floor 3.
You get
Interesting. Running on 4 legs, 4 feet, 4 arms, 4 hoofs, forever.
to start with an idea,
Oh yes, keep it in.
make something
You can see the HUD as well, obviously very work in progress, subject to change.
a reality, and then play it.
Oh. The shadows, they've even got cool shadows at this early stage. Top left you can see the wave numbers, and I'm not sure what the diamonds are, maybe progress. Also got the compass at the top, interesting. And what's that at the bottom right? It's like a chopper, maybe some sort of chopper attack. Ooh. Ammo counters, left hand side, we've got the HUD with the armour, the health, some stuff blocked out, and there's also looks like an avatar.
Say, hey, do we want to?
Is that the husk? That's the husk. Ooh. Very early. I'm very surprised they've shown this because it's, like I say, it's very early, but it's still very cool.
Iterate on this more?
Wow. Even the blood, it looks like another sort of labs scene.
Or you want to try something different?
It's just about finding what's fun, what works.
Oh, yeah, I saw this and I thought, interesting. This actually ties in with the Games Radar interview they had last year at Gamescom. It's a written preview, and I'll link it in the video description, but it does mention traversal, and it says about how the Zeds have got more options for traversal, so it lines up. So I wonder if that's the same for the player. I wonder if it's going to be mantling. There's obviously still the sprinting in Killing Floor 1, but there could be more maneuverability and bigger maps.
Works really.
And here we have the Piazza Resistance, the one we all wanted in Killing Floor 2, crawlers that crawl on the ceilings and walls. Interesting. Bottom right, there's like a explosive icon on the HUD. Grenades, torch. So the torch is still a thing by the look of it. I'm not sure what one of the fourth long. The fourth long. Oh, for fuck's sake! The fourth one along is looks like some sort of secondary grenade or something, or I don't know. That gun icon. I'm not sure what sort of gun that is. Any gun experts who are watching can let me know what that is.
Set it up to when we moved it.
There's the husk. It's no mistake. That's the husk. Is that the Desert Eagle? Oh, looks like a Desert Eagle icon. Interesting. Molotov. There's a bottle there, so that's a Molotov. Target. What's that Target icon? Interesting.
Into production, we knew.
Yeah, the maps look a lot denser. Oof. Even at this early stage. I like how they've literally put the gore in straight away. On the surface, obviously, I don't know anything about game development, so I could be totally wrong.
For the most part, what we wanted to make and how were we going to make it.
This is interesting. So this is what we saw in the trailer from last year. So this looks like some sort of quick time event, which, I don't know. Bottom left, you've got DOS count. You've got so you've got the avatar showing fully now. It's like a Mr. Foster variant. Oh, that little knife with the number next to it. So that could mean like how many turns you've got left of escaping from a grab. That could be interesting. So Z count at the top left. So it's a specialist XP 19 level. Interesting. And we've also got a little shopping cart. So that's the trader. Also got a couple of other blips on the top right on the compass. There's a lot going on here. Interesting.
Everything's
Ooh, shotgun. Interesting icon. Firebug. Torch, cut and destroy communications hubs. Destroy surveillance towers. So there's going to be a lot more mini objectives by the look of it. Interesting.
grey box. Just the
Crawlers there, look. Different levels. Garfasts. Nice.
simplest possible representation of each
They've nailed the, even at this early stage, they've still nailed the bloody depth of field on the sites. It looks cool. Very cool.
thing, except gun.
Yeah. It's like a Thompson. I could be wrong. What's that helicopter icon? Is that a helicopter icon or is it somewhat... I don't know what it is. Centre, bottom centre looks like a helicopter icon.
Insights, that has to be
What the hell?
accurate.
Is that a husk with no head? Running towards you. Amazing. What else is there? Oh, siren. Jeez, that's intense. Wow. So you got like a little medical icon at the bottom left. That could be like a buff. You got your dosh. Z's 14. It's like they're messing around with the HUD in certain stages of development or maybe something. Bottom right is at the bullpup or the stayer org. I've got a fire rate as well, little single bullet.
Within a week, I had a pretty strong idea of what the teaser trailer would look like.
Teal Trace was amazing, by the way. I know it's fully CG, but it's still amazing.
When we first announced,
Was still feeling like a Killing Floor title, while at the same time elevating it.
I think Tripwire is definitely the house that Killing Floor built
It certainly is, my friend. It certainly is.
at this point.
Oh, that still looks so good, and that is definitely Mr. Foster, 100%. As you can see, that's the square collar flesh pound in the back here. I'm pretty sure it is.
Were fun things about the scrappier days. I think as we've grown, we've kept the heart of what makes Tripwire special, while also becoming...
Oh, so we've got some motion capture sessions going on here. Very interesting.
more professional.
Is that a katana? So katana maybe in the game, which is promising.
Having access to better...
That's a big splat of gore. That's a big splat. Let's have a look. Yeah, quite a bit of stuff going on in the HUD. 18Zs. I'm guessing I'm not sure what that progress bar is at the top left. It's probably on just placeholder, testing stuff. Bottom left we've got the bumped up, spruced up Mr. Foster HUD. Some HUD elements have been blurred out, interesting. It's probably showing off some gameplay features that they want to keep secret. Makes sense. As you can see, the placeholders, I'm guessing they are the bloats. I'm 100% sure they are the bloats, in fact. Could be wrong. It's like an untextured gun here. Untextured hand, unless it's just a lighting. Oh, yeah, it is untextured. Yeah.
Professional, having access to better technology.
It's fascinating seeing the game in this state and just seeing what you actually get. In the end, it's just amazing, and we do take it for granted. We certainly do. As you can see, we've got an engine-based gun here, which has got some nice illumination effects on the player's hand and the gun itself. Some nice dust going on at the background as well. Yeah, there's a lot of ruin. That looks pretty good. It looks like it's going to be a pretty war-torn, almost post-apocalyptic setting, which is very cool. Oh, was that a...
access to better technology.
Yeah, low health, so you get... So something, I think something's hit you there, like an environmental hazard or a blow up bile or something from somewhere else. But yeah, you got an on-screen effect here. Pretty cool.
And
this is rather telling. So you got the slasher there, and also environmental hazards. I think people have been playing too much Callisto Protocol, because these were just everywhere in Callisto Protocol. They were damn fun though, and I'm hoping you get the same amount of gore if they actually do include them in the game. Again, some nice muzzle flash here, lighting on the gun. Look, I'm not sure if that's a belt of some sort, a belt-fed gun. I don't think so. But it's got a blue muzzle flash, interestingly. Some nice lighting.
more skill.
Wow. Look at the disgusting gore on the floor. It looks like they've upped, even from this blurry shot, it looks like they've upped the detail on the blood. So obviously it's going to be, I reckon it's still going to have persistent blood like Killing Floor 2, which would be cool. See a lot of environmental detail in terms of density and how much they're going to be adding. Pretty cool. Another cylinder of death over there. Pretty cool. I think there's going to be a lot of environmental stuff going on in this game, which I'm absolutely cannot wait for.
Employee.
And again, now this is interesting. So we've got I think that's a slasher. We're just about to see the red eyes, and we've also got a husk over here as well. See them? Yeah. Look. Also, this looks like a quarter pounder because he looks shorter than the flesh pound.
Better technology and more.
That looks mental. Lighting as well. Lighting looks really good.
Skilled.
That's just gross.
Employee.
Yeah, I think that's a quarter pounder. He looks so much shorter, longer arms, and he's got shorter legs. So I think that's a quarter pounder. What was that? That was a prompt, wasn't it? The green flash at the bottom.
Employee.
Yeah, so that's going to be like a quick time event sort of thing, I think. And I think you'll have, like I said in the previous shots, I think you'll have almost think of it as a backup weapon like Resident Evil Remake, where you could collect defensive items. Maybe have like defensive items for when you get grabbed, you can just quickly stab them and run away. Maybe.
It's been 10 years.
What was that? I keep going backwards and forwards, but I just want to get every little detail.
Employee.
Is that a parry? Interesting. Is it? No, it can't be a parry because he's got hold of you.
It's been 10 years.
Unless you did escape, because you don't see the end of it, do you? So perhaps you've pushed him away. Yeah.
Let's step the game right up.
10 years since Killing Floor 2? Is it? My God. It must be, because it's 15 years since Killing Floor 1. Dear Lord.
And give people some new challenges.
Look forward to it, Alan. Look forward to it. Now I've got a theory on the cysts. I've got a theory. Oh, so we saw some concepts of the cysts that were really bulked up earlier on. So I reckon, hear me out, I reckon that when the cysts get enraged, the head comes out and then they mutate and then they start getting really powerful and tanky and they are a threat. Could be wrong, but it's an interesting theory. We shall see. Yes. So there you go. That's my take on Killing Floor's 15 years as a franchise video from Tripwire. That's pretty damn epic. Some juicy stuff in there, and I'm really surprised, like I said, that they've shown it off in such a bare bones state, but it's something for us to pick through, and it's really cool and entertaining. I like it. So yeah, I'm going to call it on this. I don't think I've missed anything. If I have, let me know in the comments. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. If you didn't like it, thumbs down. Hit that subscribe button, it always helps. And yeah, let me know in the comments. Are you looking forward to this? Are they heading in the right direction, or is it not what you want? Is it not what you're expecting? I do like the idea of a science fiction horror stroke grindhouse, grungier, KF1-esque mashup of this game. It does sound very appealing. Anyway, thanks for watching. I shall see you soon.